Brandon, calm down.
Brandon's excited because it's moments before the Microsoft press conference for E3.
I am so ready for this to happen.
He's about to explode into meatballs.
You literally tried challenging me for dominance over this situation. Calm down.
The way we challenge each other for dominance here is we stand up in T-pose.
First one to break loses.
To be honest.
First one to break formation loses the dominance.
You want to fight me?
No, I'm an alpha already.
I'll fight you harder.
Charles will T-pose and levitate. All right. This is Kickback Hypercast, and I'm your host, Xavier Evans.
This is your co-host, Brandon.
This is your co-host, Nathaniel.
This is your co-host, Charles.
And you're listening to the Hypercast. Today, we're going to be talking about defining spoiled, what it means to be spoiled, of course, and a little bit about our favorite anime. So, which one do you guys want to do first?
What's your favorite anime all the way? This is going to be a big topic for Charles.
All right, because this is the only one I didn't take notes on. And Charles, please don't kill it because we're on a time limit.
I won't kill it, but I'm just gonna we're just gonna rush over all favorite animes. Let's try to make it interesting. No repeats.
Let's give like 15 minutes or less.
Yeah, let's do one anime piece. No repeats.
I guess we can do like our top 3 favorite animes then.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh god.
So Xavier, you start first.
Steins Gate,
Yes,
number 1.
I'm on the same boat as you.
Impactful story, incorporates sci-fi and a science that is like very interesting, has reasonable explanations as to how time travel work, and has rules that make sense. Have you seen movies or video games that do time travel and it's just kind of not right? Like there's rules that don't make sense or aren't really explained.
Yeah.
Steins Gate revolves around that, but not just that. It focuses on this character that you see change from the first story to the second, and how he deals with this power to be able to send himself through time and maintain or retain his memories while his friends don't know a thing.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like I actually introduced the series to Xavier. The story was so impactful, like the characters got to you and everything. It like this, I can't really explain it in my own words, but the best way is to like watch it yourself.
Yeah,
that's the best way to explain it.
To this very day, there are some nights that I wake up and scream Mayuri.
Go home.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that means, but stop.
Okay, me next?
Yeah.
My top anime, Let of Fruit, Let of Grissa. I'm using his English name because I can't say his Japanese name with probably me. It's called Let of Fruit, Let of Grissa. When I seen the series, it looked like a random. When I first seen Younger, I was like, oh, generic harem. That's really my first thing when I seen harem. I was like, oh, generic harem. But when I watched it, it did something that I never thought would be possible. It gave impactful characters. It developed each character to be their own unique character. Each character was actually enjoyable to watch on screen, and you actually start to love these characters and actually think of these characters. And when something bad happens, because in each one of these characters, something horrible happens because they committed a sin in their life, and when you see these sins, you just feel your heart aches sometimes. For example, I'm going to give a tiny spoiler: is when you see the younger of the group, the small one, that her parents pretty much hate her guts. Her father liked her, but her mother just hates her. And pretty much there's the scene where she watches her father get tied to a pole and killed, while she's tied to another pole, asking, "Hey, can we go home?" And not understanding the fact he was just murdered in front of her. And then the mother is trying to kill her because the sister is going through some organ problems, and they want to transplant her organs into the sister. So they're trying to kill the sister, and the main character fixes the solution by killing the mother.
Jesus.
That's kind of brutal.
The main character is a chain assassin, so yeah.
Alright.
Nathaniel's turn.
Okay, I'm a mainstream bitch. I like the mainstream stuff.
It's okay. There's
First
nothing
one
wrong with that.
Was Bleach, probably where some of my love swords came from.
There's something wrong with that.
Yeah, there's something wrong.
No, we're just clowning on you.
I'm about to go Bankai and all. You give me a second.
Bankai 9 times.
Bankai. I liked it because it was like swords that can turn even bigger and better, and badass. Like everyone had their own unique abilities and stuff. Like Quincy's were thrown in. And like, yeah, just people with weird powers.
And then we get to the story. Then we get to.
Weren't they all in high school?
Yeah, each goes to high school. It only ever shows this school. Like, it shows the school a lot, but like him in class, 3 episodes stops.
Is he a dropout?
My question is has he graduated yet? How long the series has been?
I don't know.
They're not allowed to graduate in a high school anime.
No, I know Bakumagari they do.
Okay, true. I did see that in one of the descriptions.
When you get to season 4, technically, they said, "Oh yeah, they graduated."
It took 4 seasons to graduate, but they were already seniors.
Were they seniors?
Yes,
Okay, yeah, they were seniors.
because they were studying for exams.
Oh no, it was season 4, but because the series' time it moves slow. It's
Yeah,
multiple
of course.
events. That's why it's.
Well, speaking of Bakemonogatari, that would definitely be no, it will not be number 2. It's gonna be
3.
I want to say 3. I don't know if there's something else there that I can't remember right now.
That'll be also on my list as well. As probably number 3rd anime.
It's probably gonna be my 3rd as well. But since this is my 3rd, I was just gonna say it since it's your second as well. So
It's
it'll count
probably,
as your
probably my
second.
second because the series is hell enjoyable and the characters are all fun, interesting, and
Yeah, and the way they tell the story, even though it's confusing, I like the way they tell the story. Like you'll see something happening in the future, but it's also happening in the present as well.
yeah.
It doesn't make sense explaining it, but if you watch it, it's really nice. And the movie just takes that to the next level, of course.
I'm waiting on the movies right now.
Okay, I found out it is the most enjoyable to watch watch the first one, then the movies, then the second one, because everything makes sense in the second one,
I'm purposely
and it
keeping confusing.
references the movie directly.
Yeah, I'm purposely keeping it confusing for myself because I want to keep it confusing.
I mean, to each strong.
Okay, Brandon gets 2.
So that was your second. That's my 3rd. Brandon, you might say my second.
Is he gonna say it?
He already knows.
I'm stuck on 4 animes. I think I'm gonna put 2 for like the second place,
Hero.
and 2 on the third.
Dang.
Stop. Get out of here, you mainstream trash.
Oh please! I was watching it when it first came out,
Yeah,
before it was popular.
Now Xavier got me into My Hero Academia. Yeah, I would put it in second place as well, and also I'll put it alongside with Cowboy Bebop.
Oh
Yeah.
we just started watching Cowboy Bebop, and that is our shiz right now. Like it's a group thing watching that. Of course, you missed a couple episodes because we were over Randus, but it's okay.
Still, actually, I saw the movie first and I was like, wow, it's amazing. Gritty, reality, bounty hunters.
Does it make you want to be a cowboy?
What?
What? Well, you got to rephrase. You mean a bounty hunter, right?
I mean, you can be a bounty hunter, cowboy. That's what they are. They're cowboys. Is what
Hey,
they're.
yeah, I guess I could.
But they just have ships. That's all.
Pew pew, you know?
Yeah.
Get the muns.
Okay, so for you, it's number 2.
Yeah, My Hero Academia and Cowboy Bebop are number 2.
Okay. Well, we
do I
got through
go
all
with
mine.
Third place. Oh wait, no.
We got through all mine
My second place.
because we shared some, of course.
Yeah, I got my second place still waiting because the thing probably knows what it is.
Well, your second place?
Yeah.
Overlord?
Yeah, Overlord, of course.
Yeah.
Big villain. I'm sorry. It's my primary favorite because the main character is the big villain of the story.
Oh yeah, anti-hero.
regretting saying Cowboy Bebop now.
Ooh.
No. Now I'm
you seen
stuck for
Overlord?
3 for number 3.
I can't explain why.
I'm stuck for 3.
But yeah, but the thing I know is, but when I first seen Overlord when first season came out, it was started airing. I didn't even watch it. I looked at it for a quick second, didn't watch it because I don't know why. I think I was in a weird
Looks like a
phase.
trope, to be honest. Like when I first looked at it, I'm like, okay, this doesn't seem.
I was
good.
for me. I was in a weird phase where I was watching romance animes.
That's me now.
Yeah, I was in a weird phase watching a lot of QT romance animes. Please don't crucify me. But when I seen Overlord for the first time, it was probably the most enthralling thing I've seen so far because I liked how the main character was the big villain of the story, and it's showing the mindset of how would a villain react to stuff and how would
It's
it.
slowly become the anime of, are we the bad guy?
Yeah,
Of course you're the bad guy.
yeah. And then I started picking up the light novel. It's actually probably the, not counting Law of the Devil, is probably the second light novel I picked up and read all the way through. I'm stuck on the most recent one because I just haven't got the mood to binged the entire new book, and then there's the princess one which came out recently with Evil Eye, but I'll get there eventually.
All right, that's my number 2. Again, I am mainstream trash, so I really liked Attack on Titan. Probably not the same reason as some others. Attack on Titan has a lot more gore and a lot more grit than a lot of other animes out there. It'll show someone getting their whole ass head ripped off. It is not afraid to show that. Attack on Titan is just, I like how brutal it is. And I liked how the third season got into more human on human conflicts.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, let's let it.
You only seen one scene.
Whatever.
Yeah, it was over. I wish you guys did anime.
And as for my third, I'm gonna say One Piece. There's a lot to it. And I enjoy One Piece. Like the characters are interesting. There seems to be a devil fruit for anything that's kind of annoying. Like how do you somehow come across the devil fruit guy who could just like destroy all time and space all of a sudden? You're just like, oh, okay. Eat my life then.
I wouldn't be surprised if the world government has some ridiculous devil fruits.
I imagine it. Well, we already like at the point I'm in. Luffy has already met 2 members of the world government, and they're just both kings. The world government is just a bunch of kings and leaders of their countries. That's all they are. Now let's talk about the Marine. The Marines are really powerful.
I'm talking about that group of old dudes in black suits.
Yeah, I think that's the Marine, the head of the Marines, the heads.
They're supposed to be like the strongest dudes in the world or something.
There's also 7 warlords.
So do you want to go on for your number 3?
I already listed mine.
Yeah,
because we shared some. Me, Charles, me, you.
I can actually probably bring out the honorable mention.
Yeah, sharing with Charles, I really enjoyed Overlord, but I guess it's like in the honorable mentions for me. Man, I'm stuck for like 3 animes for number 3. No, I never watched Attack on Titan before.
You should. The mainstream hype has died. Watch it.
So, I guess I'll just say like the 3 and then just try to pick one out. The first one is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Fuck! Why did I say that? Oh my god!
What?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
I'm gonna hate myself.
We'll think honorable mentions.
Part 5 would definitely be my number 3.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but I've enjoyed like each and every one of them, probably except part 1, because that one was just like slow as can be. But I know it was like introducing the story of like
and it was like setting the standard for like what a JoJo is and what they stand for.
Yeah. The second one, I wouldn't say it's like niche, but like it's somewhat of like a lifestyle one of types. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
I'm going to crucify you.
Like I said, I'm gonna pick one out for number 3.
Crucifying you. You can't crucify
I'm
him.
making a joke because if you've watched that, you understand why I'm going to crucify somebody.
It was cutesy and like I enjoyed all the characters with it. Yeah, but like I said, I enjoyed all the characters. I enjoyed the story that came with it. How like everything like developed throughout, and I was excited to hear that it's getting like a season 2 as well.
Can we not?
What was that to be
I know
negative,
nothing.
Charles?
No, not that. I'm not being negative. Like, can we not, please?
I know nothing about it, so
It's very cutesy. Very.
And then the third one is the Rising of the Shield Hero.
oof.
I hate you.
If that was done,
Oh
it
my
would definitely
God.
would have been on
I
my list.
already know what goes on. I would put it on that list, but I have other animes I like a lot more. There's an anime I'm still waiting for to come out.
Don't get off track. You and animes don't mix well.
No, I'm saying it's a good anime. I just can't put it on my list. I can't put it on my list. I'm giving it honor mention afterwards.
All right, let's go.
All right, so on to honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions?
You have one? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think Harry did as he said overall was honorable mention.
Okay. Then for me, it's going to be, of course, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5. I think it is just, it's magic. It's magic.
It's magic, you know.
Stop. I just want Gangster's Paradise and it'll be complete.
Stop.
So on to you, Charles.
Stop.
I'm actually going to say this as my honorable mention just because I believe it deserves more attention, even though it's an old anime. Elfen Lee, that poster we have up there. I put it on the honorable mentions just because it was my first gory anime, and it has the best opening of any anime I've seen so far, and it's still hard to beat because the opening is just so. It fits the series. I'm probably gonna show you guys the opening just because of how scary and how the opening is just. It's so. It just blindfolds you sometimes. Like, why is this an opening?
So my honorable mention is JoJo Part 2. You want to castrate me now, don't you?
Yes, the game wants to castrate you.
No, I'm having an internal conflict because I would say part 4 should be an honorable
Part
mention.
2 and 3 are my favorites.
Have you gotten part 4?
Nope, not yet. I will though.
You don't deserve this.
You need to get.
Part 4 and 5 is where we start getting into the.
Yeah, you need to get on the
We
part
start
4.
getting groovy.
Okay.
God.
But part 2, yeah, it was a really good part. I have a lot
Part 2
of.
was excellent. Okay, that was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And now you will say.
I guess I'll go on to like a one honorable mention for me. I'm starting to watch this anime now. And I used to watch it back then.
One Piece.
Not One Piece.
Oh, okay.
Naruto.
No.
So moving on to our next topic, we're gonna be talking.
Yeah, that's how that should go.
Yeah.
Move. We're going to the next topic.
We'll be defining what it means to be spoiled. So, have you ever met someone that you would consider spoiled?
Charles and Nathaniel have. I think I might have, but
It was myself. No.
okay, don't make me get mad.
Yeah, Brandon has had some minor experiences with being called
Some
spoiled.
friends call me spoiled because of 2 reasons.
Because they see all my stuff, yeah.
No, I'll just say. I'll say it right now. You people know who you are.
He's starting to
You
diss track.
people know who you are.
So bad.
Just he's ready to kill.
So 2 of the main reasons I get called spoiled. First, I had an allowance, but that was 2 to 3 years ago. It was like weekly allowance. And then the other one is because I buy all the new games. And that's for my own money that I buy. So my parents like sometimes buy it, but that's like during Christmas, and that's like some of the older games that I want. So like it gets me so annoyed. I don't know why they call me spoiled on that part.
Because you get the newest games doesn't make you spoiled. You're getting the newest games with your own hard work cash.
And they say like I get every single new game out there. I'm going like, no, I don't. I pick out what ones I want, but it's from like a huge, broad array of games that I really like.
Now, they might be trying to express that you don't have much self-control as to like how many games you go out and purchase. That's your own thing. Like no one else should be worried about like what you're doing with your money. But like it shouldn't even concern them at the end of the day. You like games, you like having games. There's nothing wrong with that. And you like playing games. I just wish you would beat some of those games first.
I know.
Like you have an ever-growing library, and one day you're just gonna forget some of the games that you have.
I'm starting to slow down, but there's like games that are coming out that I really want.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, make that your goal for completing a game. Like
examples would be
Maybe beat a game before I buy another one.
yeah, that's kind of how the completionist did it when he grew up.
Completionist. Love him.
Great guy.
I love completionist.
Please- please.
Last night.
Please, if you're hearing this, we love your work.
Okay, who's next?
Continue.
Okay, yeah, keep going.
But yeah, with like, but like some examples for like some games that are coming out would be like Pokemon Sword and Shield, or like the leaked Watch Dogs, or Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
I'm still here waiting for 3 houses.
But
Yeah,
like those are, it's like some of the games I really enjoy, and they're mostly single player.
so have your parents ever overindulged you or have been lenient with the rules?
Not that I remember.
Because when I think of spoiled, I think of something during your childhood that results from that affects your character, and you do not meet any of the criteria of a person that I would personally deem spoiled based on those behavioral traits that come with it.
You might be slightly snotty. I'm kidding.
And I'll list those traits once we get through.
I have some traits as well because I actually.
I'll go ahead and list them.
I list some traits as well because I actually do live with someone who is spoiled.
Okay, go for it.
From what I know, I would say it is my brother.
Oh.
No. We just how he acts.
If you want to skip 5 minutes, so go ahead.
No, I'm just saying how he acts spoiled. He throws fits. Let's say somebody gets a new toy. He'll throw a fit. He's quick to anger. He's very egotistical. He demands a lot. He's very snobby. He is super entitled. He believes, and he's really stuck up. Like he if you try to prove him wrong in any situation, he'll like say you're wrong. He refuses to listen to any demand, and if you try to say no to him, he'll throw a fit. He believes that he believes you should give him everything.
And that's probably a result of people being too lenient on him.
Yeah, when we were younger, my stepfather was super lenient on him.
Now, like at some points, I know like some people might say I'm spoiled. Like I said before.
Oh yeah, you're totally just an asshole about that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I act like a sarcastic way when I say like. I say it in like a sarcastic way, like, oh, you bought like one of our friends a game. Now you have to buy one for me, and like.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Let me explain. I was just like joking around and all that. I always try to be sarcastic or joke around.
Wait, that's illegal.
Not illegal.
Oh yeah, fun fact about me: I'm immune to sarcasm. You have to be specific with me.
I actually.
Doesn't that mean you're kind of dumb?
No, I just take it literally.
Well, I mean, it's like the buy as gift stuff, like on Xbox or something like that, or Steam.
Yeah,
stuff like that. But yeah, when I sound entitled, like at some points, I always try to act sarcastic or like jokingly mattered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that. Yeah.
Did I ever get you guys your Christmas gifts?
No.
You didn't get me one. You know, I didn't.
Okay. I'm 6 months late, but I'm working on it.
Back on the thing of sarcasm. I'm really bad at sarcasm. As you guys know, I'm really bad at sarcasm.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't tell me sarcastic.
So,
I could sell ice to a polar bear, which might be a good business now that ice is kind of becoming extinct.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're getting somewhere.
That's almost as bad as Charles when he derailed you.
Derailed you.
That was last week's episode. So, defining spoiled, is it behavior or is it comparison? I personally think it's been split into two definitions. Now, in terms of comparison, when you look at someone's objects, what they have, and compare it to yourself or others, I think that's the definition that most people are going by when they call someone spoiled.
That's what I ended up going up with. That's how my little brother was with me.
Now, when we see people who act, and these are the traits that I tie to people who have spoiled personalities or act like people who have had childhoods when they've been indulged or people have been easy on them or lenient on them and didn't have them work for anything. This creates a type of person in the future who is demanding, rude, impatient, entitled, and they just lack sympathy. This could go so far as this kid just goes around and says some really offensive words without realizing what they mean to another person. And the parent, as a kid, the parent's like, don't say that. That's not good. Or they just ignore it. Like, explain to the kid what it means, why you shouldn't say it, and consequences that come with it. Don't let this person grow up to be someone who lacks any form of sympathy, doesn't care about what something means, and is willing to just hurt people, whether it be intentional or not. People have to learn these things. But going back to what you have being connected to being called spoiled, I think that saying like Brandon has like 5 game consoles and Nathaniel has 2, that doesn't mean Brandon's spoiled. It just means he has more.
He worked for his stuff.
Well,
Even if it was given to him, like, does that affect his character? Because For me personally, that's what I'm looking for. Does it affect your character? Does it make you entitled? Does it make you think you're better than him?
No, not at all. I bought my Switch. I bought my 3DS. Bought my Xbox One X. I told my parents I'm going to get that myself. But then they bought it for me anyways.
And that was out of respect, not because you demanded it.
And I wanted to buy my PS4 as well. They bought that as well. I was saying like I wanted one.
I had to cucking it out from under you. Just like, oh, you want to buy? Nah, we bought it.
I wish that could happen whenever I want like a new camera.
And I'm so grateful for my parents, who they are, for being like so supportive, so nice, like to me throughout my whole life. Like probably I wouldn't be the same person I am today.
Two of our first followers on this podcast.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go so far into that. It was some other people too.
Yeah. Your parents?
No. Yeah.
No.
My mom watched one episode. Mom's not supportive.
Okay, moving on.
Wow.
Please.
You shut him down again.
So Brandon's emotional a little bit. That ended off poorly because of you guys.
Well, yeah.
So
They couldn't hear.
I have a dent in my skin because it was on the chair. All right.
Okay.
Anyway.
Why they need to know that?
So the actual definition, the first thing that comes up when you go on Google, what makes a person spoiled? What I saw, and it's a little bit worded a little bit differently. Overindulgent behavior given by the guardian figures or parent. And another definition I added in right next to that was submitting to all the child's desires. Like say like, I have some real life experiences working in the grocery store as a bagger. I see kids scream and kick, and the parents give them what they want just to make them be quiet.
Welcome to the entire toy section of Kmart.
It is so bad, and the parents give in to these kids and go like, that you could at least say, if you calm down, we'll go and grab you something. But no, these kids are like, I want it, and I'm going to keep fighting for it. And it's like, that's not how it works in real life. In real life, you have to make choices. You have to accept that not everything can be yours. Another thing, and this is the last thing from my personal experiences in the grocery store, kids, when you're in the line or you're paying for your stuff and your kids just go about or go outside without any supervision and just throw around toys or bother people and the parent just ignores it, that gets on my nerves. That right there, you're just telling everybody like, I don't care.
Most parents like that are named Karen.
Oh my God.
So hey, Karen.
They're usually the ones that like to talk to your manager.
What about?
Actually, I want to say
Oh
something
my
about the store things. At my store, since we're a small.
No offense to any Karens listening right now. You're probably a wonderful person.
Yeah. I want to say something about the store thing. Actually, at my store, we actually did it. Okay, Myers, Kroger's is a big store, so you really know. But our store's smaller, so I actually get to know all these kids that come here a lot. And there's this one kid. At first, I thought I was always wondering why my coworkers treat him differently. I didn't find out until a bit later that this kid probably was the definition. You know, the definition of spoiled. That book at the opposite of it. That was how that kid was. His mom didn't even care about it. His mom pretty much was not even in the kid's life. And like, so my coworkers actually spoiled this kid, trying to make give him like $1 so he can get some gumballs, and that's all he wants. All he wants is gumballs. Like, that's all he wants is a couple gumballs. So about a couple of days ago, he came by when those two were not working. So I decided to give him $1. I was like, yeah, I got it as a tip too, so I can't complain much.
So first of all, Xavier, we're going to hell. Second of all,
probably
we're all going to hell.
Probably so.
We're all going to hell.
I'm sorry.
You don't know how often I see this in Kmart. Like, I'm just by the toy aisle and I see kids throwing stuff down the aisle and stuff like that. And I'm like, why? Why?
And the thing is, if you have a kid of the wrong parent and you tell the kid not to do something that's bothering you directly, that parent will go off at you and say, he's just a kid.
Exactly.
He doesn't understand. And I'm just like,
By the age of 6, I knew how my body worked.
I can't translate my expression into words, but it's very
Annoying.
no, it's
You
disgusting.
did it again, Charles.
It's disgusted.
You're like, by age 6, I know how my body works. Why?
I didn't hear it, and I probably will through post edit. So Yeah, that's just how I
completely
feel.
threw me off. We have like a Charles warning in the thing, just like a button or something goes whoop whoop.
We need
whoop.
we need a Charles button like to warn our people like skip to this segment
incoming
to
rant.
avoid the Charles rant.
Incoming mistake.
Mess steak. Yeah, that's actually accurate.
Mistake.
Oh wait, look behind you, Charles. Is that a spider on the wall?
That's spider. That is
No.
dirt.
Okay, good.
That's some dirty ass people.
Mistake. Well, that's not even word, guys. I'll
So-
explain it.
Yeah, that's basically the topic out of the way. Defining spoiled. Okay, so we're gonna go through each of us and define what spoiled is. For me, it's based on character. I believe spoiled goes to like not what you have, but what it makes you. Not how people treat you or how lenient they are with you, but how it affects you as a result. How about you, Brandon?
I see it the same way as you do, but I always see like some articles or like videos on some like spoiled kids that like don't get
Dr.
their
Phil.
way. Like
Dr.
Charles
Phil.
said, like Dr. Phil or like something like that.
Dr. Phil himself, the man.
But yeah, kids that don't get the way that they wanted. Like say they want a toy and like their parents said no. They just throw like a temper tantrum and they just yell for like the rest of the time. Like that's what I see as like spoiled or like getting whatever you want and like something like that. And I would say as a kid my grandma and stuff like that did that for me because like I don't know if I should say. Well, yeah, I'll just say it. I was like the one grandson that like got along with her like very well, and like I see her so much, but while like the other grandkids like don't ever visit at all. It gets me annoyed, but besides the point.
Sometimes it's like that. Some relatives see more than others, and it's only natural that you build more of a connection.
No, but the thing is, like, they live like the same distance away as I do.
So you just see her more often.
And like today, like the present, one lives about like 5 minutes away.
Mm.
And like it's like, come on, just she's about like I think she's 80 or getting close to 80. And like some people won't be here forever. My grandma has like gone to the hospital, like has been getting to the hospital because she has like AFib and that stuff.
Yeah.
And like it just distraughts me that like no one wants to visit her, like spend time with her. I know like at some points I don't, but I always like to call her at some points or like when my mom goes out and like sees her at her house, I usually like to like tag along to spend some time with my grandma. But yeah, I think I went off topic.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You just reminded me that I need to mail off an appreciation letter to my grandma on my dad's side because she's going through some stuff right now.
Yeah.
All right, so Nathaniel, how would you define spoiled?
Seeing as that was like half my life, literally, as I grew up with a little brother. I know it's definitely caused by the parents. If they can't control how they're parenting a kid, if they give them everything they want, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah, I agree with you at that point. Like, I think it deals with the parents as well.
Yeah. Or how about you, Charles? Wrap us
Actually,
up.
the parent thing, I can actually relate because I actually have an aunt who does that to her child, and it's a mess, that kid right now. I really don't want to go detail because I might get attacked because of what's going on, but I'll say this kid's spoiled beyond belief because they're an only child, which it's actually quite common for only children to be spoiled.
Yeah.
But for me, what I define as spoiled, I define people who are spoiled are stuck up, snotty, people who don't care about themselves, and people who believe that the whole world revolves around them, that they are the center of the world, that they are whatever, they are top dog.
So the thing about only children and stuff like that, like That's not true, actually.
I know. I'm just saying.
The only ones that are spoiled are the rich ones. Those are literally the only ones spoiled. Look, most of the ones, if the parents are actually together, they live well off.
Yeah.
It depends on parents. Some of them just get abused horribly. Yeah. I know because my stepbrother was an only child. He was abused horribly. It's just how it happens. I guess. It's just based on your parents. That's all there is to it.
Both bad parents.
How you turn it, what you turn into, depends on your parents.
Yeah, they're both bad parents.
Not 100% because there's still other factors that can't be controlled by your parents, like your experiences in the outside world, friends, teachers, mentors, how you take in those collective experiences and decide to output them.
But as your parents, they can easily influence a good chunk of your life.
Yeah.
What influenced her to be this bad, actually, to this point, was her friends. I literally heard about the friend groups. I said stop because she's now to a point where her parents don't want to deal with her anymore. They just do whatever she wants, and it's like, it's getting bad. It's getting to the point where they're spending like hundreds and hundreds of dollars on her for stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Because she wants it and they want her to shut up.
Oof. So on a little bit of a bitter tone, we're going to start wrapping up because it's getting hotter in here.
It's also 3:30.
Huh?
30 minutes for the conference.
Yeah. We're probably just going to do some planning till then. Any closing thoughts before I start inserting the social media plugs? No, we are not going to T-pose.
Yeah, we are not going to T-pose,
Yeah,
Charles.
because I won.
I'll win next. I'll win.
I'm the alpha here.
All right, you can find us. You may find us at Kickback Boys on Facebook, and on Twitter you can find us at Kickback Boys 1. You can find me on Twitter at Xavier789_00. On Instagram you can find me at Evans00Xavier. Brandon?
You can find me on Instagram, the Dank77. That I said before that should be easy to spell at this point. On Twitter at Vextra55, the at symbol of course. VEXTRO55. Again, that's at Vextra55 on Twitter.
You can find me on Instagram at SoSwagNathan19, SOSWAGNATHAN 19, or you can just find me on Facebook using my name, Nathaniel Reedhead. I check Facebook religiously. That is my Bible.
For me, it's just for Instagram. It's just CharlesBrock69 because my life doesn't go away.
You just friend the Pope on Facebook.
Want me to try?
No, and that concludes this episode.
Aw.
So.
We'll send the Pope our podcast.
No. There's too much impurities in this podcast.
We are the sin.
We'll send a crusade after us.
You see paladins lined up outside.
Oh no. Oh no, roll.
So we're recording this the same day as what was the last episode? Oh yeah,
and Siblings.
Swords and Siblings. Yeah.
I love the name.
So we might do like a post E3 like thoughts and discussion. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So yeah, stay tuned for our next episode as per usual. So yeah, have a nice day. See you next week. We're signing off. So yeah.
Boy.
Brandon just took the lead.
Fine, go ahead. We'll
see you next week.
We'll see you.
I'm the alpha.
I am the Omega.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.